Are you looking at the screen or the lens?
I was looking at myself. Quit your nervousness. Calm down. Calm down. Hello, you guys, and welcome back to my channel. I have a very wonderful special guest with me today. My husband, Roderick. You may have seen him on a few other videos. He is with me, and I'm your girl, Shayla. Of course, today we are doing a labor and delivery story from 2017. That is the year my wonderful, beautiful daughter, Dominique Warren, was born. So much was going on in the past 2 years that I am just now getting to her labor and delivery story. But you know what I like to say? It's always better to do it in the present, no matter how late you think it may be. So we are gonna go ahead and do this because we have so much footage of her delivery, and we really wanted to share this experience with her so that she can see it one day, and of course with you guys, because it was a very, very different delivery from my first one. So we're just gonna go ahead and get into it. Let's get this started. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
She was our second baby, our second pregnancy, so we were so excited to be pregnant again.
I think the thing that just stands out is that it was much easier than the first one.
That's very true. Yeah, that's very true. The
first one was pretty rough, but this time, we didn't have the problems with, being able to eat.
Surgery during pregnancy.
No surgery during pregnancy. So we actually had a little more fun this time.
It definitely was better. Of course, the same symptom arose when I found out that I was pregnant. I did still have nausea. So I was still, being very nauseous, but not throwing up as much as I used to. I only lost 10 pounds like in the first 3 months with Dominique. So of course, my doctor was very familiar with my situation. I had the same doctor. So she put me back on promethazine, which was promethazine. It was the same medicine that I had with Jasmine. And that helped with the nausea and the throwing up. I barely even had it. I just had to stay on it. And it just was a journey, even with that medicine, because even throughout the entire pregnancy, I still had to take the medicine. And of course, after being done with the first trimester, you think, okay, maybe I don't have to take it anymore. So every few days I'll try to get off, but then I would get sick again. I literally had to be on the promethazine throughout the entire pregnancy. As long as I was on it, I was good. And I basically just had a normal pregnancy.
Hello. We are headed to the doctor's office to find out what the baby is.
We're having boy or girl. We finally get to know. What do you remember about the day we found out that we were having a girl? Like, how did you feel? Were you happy, excited? What was going on through your mind?
Well, the first day we found out we were having a girl, I can't say that I was surprised. I mean, I don't know. I guess I was just, the first one was a girl. So I just told myself, expect a girl so you won't be disappointed. But I know I wasn't going to be disappointed now. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
But I was happy though when I found out it was a girl.
It's just very special to to have a sister. So that day was very, 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 very special to find out we were having another girl. The next fun thing was thinking of a name, and so we got together and we decided on. He helped me out a lot. Because you guided me to let me know, well, what names do you like? Okay. And you did that with the first one too. Yeah. So it was basically, very easy.
And then once a good name popped up, I just keep saying it until we just accepted it.
Yeah, we just started calling her by her name and it just got very comfortable. So it was definitely Dominique. September 27th was actually an appointment day for me. I went for my 37-week checkup today on September 27th, and my blood pressure was a little high. It was like 147/70, something like that. I was actually feeling pain earlier that morning, like midnight, maybe like 1, 2, I started feeling cramps, and it was very similar to what I felt with Jasmine. I timed it. I had a contraction timer on my phone, and it was, like once every like 30 minutes, maybe every 45 minutes. But it was at a consistent rate, so I knew that something was going on. And I was just like, well, we'll just talk about this with my doctor since I have a doctor's appointment the next day. She sent me to sonogram just to check and make sure the baby's okay, make sure that there's still fluid in there. I got that checked. All of that's fine. But she told me to come to the hospital just to check my blood pressure. When I went to see my doctor, of course, they checked my blood pressure. My blood pressure was high as well. She took us straight into her office and told me that my blood pressure was high, and it was a big concern to her. And she just wanted me to go over to the hospital and get some things checked out just to make sure that I was okay. She was like, we don't want to, take this lightly. We really want to make sure everything's fine. So I'm just going to send you over to the hospital that day so we can get some tests done. So I'm just waiting on the okay to leave. I've been having some contractions. I had some this morning, a couple of hours, but it stopped. So she said that was false labor. And it's around 5:41. They started back, but they're still kind of far apart. So we're just waiting to see if we can go home. And my hubby is here with me, and he got Jazzy so that she don't miss her mom. She don't look excited.
That's okay. She probably a little tired from daycare. Just picked her up.
Yeah.
So she's probably just a little tired. She did take a little nap in the car.
Oh, she did.
But she should be up and at them pretty soon. I'm pretty sure. I'm just waiting on Mommy and Dominique.
Now, this was my second time being pregnant, so I wasn't like too scared to be by myself during this time. At that time, we did have Jasmine. She was in daycare. Ryan had to go get her and bring her back. And so I was getting settled into the hospital. I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't too nervous around that time. Boy, can't see over there too good, but it's saying the baby heartbeat is 143. My blood pressure 124/76, pulse 82. And the contractions are still kind of spread out, but it's 9:18 right now. While we were at the hospital, they were just checking everything, monitoring my blood pressure. I was still having contractions, which was still spaced out. Everything was going good. Of course, just like last time, they came back and said, further it was about, okay, we're just waiting to see when you can go home. And then they came back and they was like, you're staying.
I remember the doctor saying, oh, we're having a baby tonight.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God.
Yeah. I felt like this was a long pregnancy, and I was just ready to have my baby, have her in my arms, and get this over with. But little to my surprise, it didn't go that quickly like I would have hoped. When they told us we were going to stay, they were like, the good news is, well, they let me choose. Did you want the good news or the bad news is what they said. And the bad news was that I would have to stay. And the good news was that I could have a meal before 12 o'clock because, of course, I was staying in the hospital at that point. My blood pressure go up with the contractions. Oh, and it's coming back now. But if it keeps things spaced out, I probably can manage it, but it's just, she needs to come on with that medicine because I just want to numb it.
Talking about the epidural?
Whatever she gonna give me, no, not the spinal tap. She's supposed to give me something to at least try to, kind of make me numb or something.
Mm-hmm.
She said she can't do it epidural because it ain't labor. But she gonna do some kind of spinal tap. Oh, did they do that an hour before?
But they do that. When they do that, they get ready to do surgery.
Yeah. So that night, they were just monitoring my blood pressure, and this just basically went on to the morning. They monitored my blood pressure, the pain. I was having contractions, and they were getting stronger. This was not fun for me at all. I did not enjoy this. To me, I didn't get any real pain medication to help with the contractions, and that is what I wanted. I wanted pain medication. I'm that girl. I will take whatever you give me so I don't have to be in pain. And that was not the case. When they did give me, when I told them, they was like, let me know when the pain gets stronger. We'll give you something. Yes, they gave me something when the pain got stronger. But I started to realize this is not helping with the pain. This was basically making me hallucinate.
You see stuff too?
Because at one point, you were playing tricks on me, like, I would open my eyes and I would hear a clap or something. And I would think it's somebody that should be coming in, and I'd close my eyes and it'd be a different scene of somebody else, like, coming in or doing something. But it was like, okay, am I really seeing what I'm seeing? I see the hospital room, but am I really here? Like, is this a trick?
Really?
They hear, yes, they hear doing something else, but all I see is this room.
That's crazy.
Some tricky medicine.
And it was supposed to be some type of relaxer drug. And they was like, they couldn't give me any strong medicine. And I didn't understand why. Of course, I was, a little hyped because they gave me my epidural early with my first pregnancy. But this pregnancy was completely different. They just gave me these light drugs, probably was Valium or something, just something to relax me. For some reason, I was hallucinating about money.
I kept feeling like I was in high school.
You were in high school?
Trying to get people back their stuff.
Oh, really?
I kept feeling like
Was the people in high school that owed you money?
it was, you want me to keep out money. It was just mailboxes and something else. And when I try to pay people back their stuff, that's when the contractions would come.
Really?
And I just count. Yeah.
So you wouldn't even get a contraction until you paid somebody their money back? Was it almost like buying
It was long too. It was long, like 20-some long sticks or nothing.
like a brick of gold?
Yeah, something like that.
So you had to pay people back with gold.
And then my brain kept running out of ideas because when that went away, I realized you wasn't here, but then my mind was like, well, he going to Jasmine school. So that made me sad.
So as you can see, your girl was very, very, I was relaxed, but I was still in pain, even with the medication. And I mean, it relaxed me, of course, but I didn't get any rest. And so they came back in around 7:00 that morning, letting me know that at any moment I could, they were going to take me to go ahead and have the baby. They said they were going to give me a spinal injection. And I don't remember that point. I think it was similar to an epidural. I think they went a little bit more upper on my back. I don't know if it was in the same spot or not, but I got that, and it started to get worse, you guys, because they stopped giving me the relaxed medicine and it got even more worse. And I was like, why are they torturing me? Why are they doing this to me? Because I was still in pain, still waiting for this surgery to have the baby. And they kept saying it could be at 10, and then at 10 came, they was like, it could be at 11 came. I'm still here in pain, you guys. Still in pain. Of course, I've been in pain all night, so it was getting more intense.
I feel sorry for you.
Yeah, I
I couldn't do nothing but just sit there and watch.
I couldn't take it. I was not calm. So finally, the doctors started coming in saying that we're ready to have a baby.
Hey, we are about to have Dominique at either 11:15 or 11:30. We're getting ready to have, would this be an emergency C-section? I guess it is because it's not the scheduled date.
I was just happy to be out of pain. I was happy to get the shot, numb me. Let's get this done. Let's get this baby out.
All right, so there's a little bench right here. We're just gonna let you hang out on it.
All right.
We're gonna get her all ready, get everything ready to go, and then we'll bring you in, okay?
Okay. All right, folks, it's party time. Time to get Dominique out.
We went into the surgery, and they worked, and we had Dominique.
It's been great. Thank you.
It's 898-4646.
That's fine.
Oh,
You can take your picture.
You're making a mean face right now. Look at it's bright out here.
Oh.
She's trying. Those little cheeks. She's a cutie.
We had Dominique, and Dominique was about 7 pounds and 2 ounces. Very healthy baby. They put her out. She was this big, beautiful baby, had a head full of hair, and she was definitely using her lungs, crying. This time it was definitely very intimate because at this one, when they took me to the recovery part, you know, they brought her to the room, washed her hair in front of me, even like they did everything that they normally do in the nursery. They did it right there, right beside me. You know, they let me breastfeed her right there, and it was just a more intimate experience. I was excited to have my baby girl here. I was so happy to be back to normal.
Hey, sister. Hey, Dominique. Yeah, that's Nana right there, girl.
Say sister.
Say sister. That's your sister, Dominique, right there. You have enough of the baby for now? You met sister, that's Dominique?
No, she said I'm done.
And I was looking forward to my liquid diet, my first liquid meal that they brought me.
Oh, they brought you something to eat.
Yeah.
I'll be checking on you tomorrow.
Okay. Oh, you want mine?
Jasmine, I got you some food.
Chicken broth or something?
And I was eating it up good. Popsicles, the little broths. What else was that? Was that applesauce?
Applesauce.
It was
Apple
soft
juice, grape
foods.
juice.
Yeah, but I was so happy to have that. It was just a great experience to have all our family there, you know, just celebrating in this joyous occasion of having Dominique here, you know, like finally. Now the first night though, she did a lot of crying. And so it kept me after just making sure she was breastfed and keeping her on me because I was breastfeeding her. That was my decision to breastfeed. And so she was by my side, and you know, she was making a lot of noises, so I didn't get to sleep a lot during that time. But the second night was easier. And I believe I went home that Friday. We went to the hospital. What was that, on a Tuesday? Or was that a Wednesday? Anyway, it was 3 days. We don't remember exactly, but it was 3 days. We stayed. They made us stay to 12.
There go the hubby and the baby. And it's September 30th on a Saturday. There go Dominique. See if I got this right. That's Dominique. Little sister, she sleep. This is a new side of her I haven't seen before. So she's sleepy. And we are getting discharged from the hospital today. In a few minutes, actually. So we're ready to go home. I'm out the bed. I have my comfy clothes on. Just a shirt, still look pregnant. It's 12 now, I'm probably gonna leave it 12:15. So I'm about to call and get us discharged. And next time you see us, it'll be home. I did have a C-section, so I'm in pain and it's hard to move, but we're out of here, so I'm very happy and uplifted, and we'll watch and see how this healing process goes and how bringing this baby home and the new adventures of Dominique.
Kudos to the staff and everybody. Everybody was so kind. Even, you know, after you have the baby and they come in and press your stomach down, that lady, I don't know her name, but she was an angel. She just was so nice and sweet and just pressing down gently. Because I think last time with Jasmine, I could feel that pain. But with this lady, I didn't feel any pain. I was just like, lady, you're an angel. I just remember looking at her like, oh, you're so sweet. Of course, the best day was getting ready to go home. I was, definitely started, feeling more like me. Still in pain with the C-section, of course.
Boo-boo. And daddy up front. And mommy in the back recording. And we're heading home.
We drove home. Now that was a ride because it was bumpy. It wasn't feeling so good, but I was just still, you know, uplifted and motivated. And I was listening to Fantasia and Ty Tribute. I made it. We just, you know, brought my baby home, and then a few days later, you know, we have family from out of town. His sister, the, you know, granddaddy, grandmama, everybody came by to spend time. I think that was the weekend. You know, we had Miles, them, and McKinley, and so all the kids was there playing in the living room, and you know, just around Dominique, showing her all this love. All our family, you know, just, you know, periodically, you know, came by to visit. But it was a great experience. She came, she's here, and she's a beautiful little girl. She's growing up, and she's, you know, just really, you know, giving us the stuff. Dominique is awesome. She's an awesome little girl, and you'll definitely learn more about her. But this is our labor and delivery story about Dominique. I don't think I left anything out, did I? If not, that's about it. Like I said, we have clips. Hope you enjoy the clips. This was our actual vlog from 2017. My baby will be 2 years old this year, September 28th. So thank you again so much for watching this video. I hope you have enjoyed it. Till next time, again, this is your girl Shayla, wonderful husband Roderick, and we will see you guys in the next video. Bye.